Understanding cultural differences in requesting permission. A closer look at modal verbs. Hello, English learners. In today's video, we'll delve deep into the topic of modal verbs for permission. Specifically, we're going to focus on the cultural differences in permission requests, including both formal and informal contexts. So sit tight, because we're about to make your English sound even more natural. First things first, let's define what permission means in the English language. Essentially, permission is the approval given to someone to do something. Modal verbs like can, may, could, and might are often used when asking for or giving permission. In formal situations like business meetings or academic settings, people tend to use more formal language. Modal verbs like may or might are common choices. For example, may I borrow your pen, please? Or, might I suggest a different approach? It's also customary to include please as a sign of politeness. In more casual or informal contexts, like talking with friends or family, we often use less formal language. The modal verb can is frequently used in these scenarios. For example, can I grab a slice of pizza? Or, can you help me with this? Remember, different cultures have varying levels of formality when it comes to asking for permission. In some cultures, indirect phrases such as, would you mind if I, or, is it okay if I, are more common. Always consider the context and cultural setting when deciding which form of permission to use. Now, let's put what we've learned into practice. We'll provide you with some mixed scenarios, and your task is to decide if they require a formal or informal request. 1. Scenario. You're at a dinner party hosted by your boss. You need to leave early. What would you say? 2. Scenario. You're playing video games with your friends. You want to try the new game one of your friends has. What would you ask? 3. Scenario. You're in class and you don't understand the topic. You want to ask your teacher if you can have some extra guidance after class. How would you phrase it? And that's a wrap for today's video. We hope you've learned something new about how to use modal verbs to ask for permission in English, and how these requests can change based on cultural and situational contexts. As always, practice makes perfect, so don't hesitate to use these phrases in your daily conversations. Happy learning!